advise that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you, please do your own research. All media used was found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings. Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Mahogany Spirit coming to you from the UK. I hope you're all enjoying the heatwave, because I am. Prince Harry, loose cannon. Do the two go in sync with you? Prince Harry, according to Dylan Donnelly, is extremely upset and annoyed at being called a loose cannon. Now we all know Harry and Meghan left the royal family on the 31st of March to find freedom. Financial freedom, that's what they claimed. And we all know that has not come to fruition. Due to the events of this year and the COVID, they have not realised their freedom as yet and are still very much being supported by the British taxpayers and the Duchy of Cornwall. Now it's been stated in the book that Harry and William's relationship became extremely strained when Harry introduced Meghan to William and basically suggested that he wanted to take her as his life partner and marry her. William gave him a bit of advice, and his advice, I believe, was from a heartfelt place. He said, take your time with this girl. Harry, however, interpreted that statement as William being snobby, which I actually don't believe William was being snobby at all, considering he courted Kate for quite some time. Even though he had met her at St Andrews, he really did take his time before he proposed to Kate. So I think William was just giving him brotherly advice, which Harry took as William putting down his choice of woman. He considered William's statement to be extremely snobberish. It also has been revealed that Harry struggles with his public image, and I actually do agree with that revelation. It does appear that Harry does find it extremely difficult to deal with the public, especially the media and press. We've all seen those images of Harry coming out of nightclubs, or should I say falling out of nightclubs, drunk and disorderly, lunging for a photographer. And if it hasn't been that, we've seen him in recent years looking angry as photographers are around taking pictures of him. You know, we all saw him in South Africa looking extremely angry and aggressive as he entered a car with his wife, Miss Markle, and looking like he just basically wanted to throttle some of the photographers that were taking pictures of him. So I do actually feel he does struggle with his public image. Where that all comes from, I feel Harry thinks the perception of him is that he is a loose cannon. That has been stated that he has been considered a loose cannon, given the choices that he's made in his life. The fact that he's turned his back on the royal family does suggest somewhat that he is a loose cannon. We have this book, Finding Freedom, which both him and his wife have stated that they did not sanction, but nor have they shown any real upset as to it being published. Omid Scooby did state that he was commissioned to write the book as Meghan and Harry walked down the aisle. So this book was in the making. I consider that to be extremely premeditated in terms of what Harry and Meghan wanted to do. and also what they wanted to put out in the public domain. We've had various incidents over the last 2 years with Harry and Meghan, especially Harry, because Harry had a responsibility to go out, I feel, and meet Thomas Markle, which he chose not to do. That never happened. Thomas Markle was not at the wedding, and a lot of the issues that have subsequently been put in the arena of the court could have been avoided. We have court cases upon court cases that really could have been avoided. But no, it's almost as if Meghan Markle and Harry writ the script themselves and wanted to have so many outbursts going on in their very short time within the royal fold that it couldn't have been written any better, to be perfectly honest. Longcombe states that at times Harry actually gave William advice. I do think that that is correct. Any loving brother would actually give his elder brother advice from time to time. I personally have an older sister, and from time to time I've given her advice, and likewise she's also given me advice. So that is true. Obviously Harry would have at times when William has had decisions to make, given him advice. And that's perfectly normal. He's also said that he's never really felt normal. Quite possibly true. He is a member of the royal family. No, he's not the heir. He has always been the spare, and I feel that that quite possibly is the issue that he has. Because we see with Harry that he is constantly seeking attention one way or another. You know, he's chosen a wife who wasn't an A-lister actress. She was a D-lister actress, let's just face it and say it, who craved the limelight herself, who was somewhat older than himself, who was basically quite desperate for the limelight. Yes, she had her series Suits, but she wasn't a Julia Roberts. She wasn't a Demi Moore. She wasn't a Kirsten Stewart. This was a struggling actress who was plummeting towards the end of her career. And when Harry proposed to her, she just couldn't wait to say yes. This was going to be the role of a lifetime, and she jumped at that opportunity. Harry himself, wanting the limelight, wanting the attention, needed someone that was going to jump at that opportunity. It's also been noted that Harry was furious at the inquest into his mother, Princess Diana's death, because Harry really felt a sense of resentment to the fact that statements were made about him not really having control over his own life, and a loss of control over his life. And he struggled with that. He struggled with a loss and a lack of control over his life. You know, but amidst all of this, you've got to remember that William also lost his mum. And that's where I feel Harry and Meghan are extremely self-centred. William also lost his mother. He was also a grieving son. He was also extremely young when she passed away on that fateful day. And he has had to deal with the stress, the grief and the loss. Let's not forget that people nationally are losing people to freak accidents, strange circumstances, sometimes long, extensive illnesses. And I really feel that Harry will never get over that loss, and many people don't. I've lost both my parents, and I will never get over that loss, but I have learned to live with it. We are at this precise moment going through an extremely tough time due to the COVID. We only have to look at Lebanon to see that the death toll is extensive out there. But Harry is self-centered. He is extremely hypocritical. He does find it extremely hard to look out of himself. And the circle that he comes from is an extremely privileged one. And I feel that he has overlooked all of those facts. He's overlooked the fact that he's born into privilege. He can afford to seek counselling. He can have that counsellor at hand if and when he needs it. He does not have to struggle to put food on the table for his wife and child. He's not worried about the bill like the average person who is out there, who may have been furloughed, the cleaner, the mechanic, the engineer, the nurse, the doctor. These are people with real issues, and they get on with it. Harry and Meghan are patrons to so many charities. But as far as I'm concerned, it all seems a bit pointless when one is so out of touch as they appear to be. They seem to be so far removed, so out of touch, so self-obsessed. It's just unbelievable, really unbelievable. And I think that's why the general public, especially in the UK, have so much resentment towards Harry and Meghan. They talk about climate change. Harry and Meghan are driving around in a gas-guzzling Cadillac. They're boarding private jets. They haven't found financial freedom. Although the book is titled Finding Freedom, they haven't found financial freedom. These are two individuals that are hypocrites, self-centered and self-involved. And we can all see it through their actions. Guys, tell me what you think. Do you feel that Harry is self-obsessed? Do you think he's self-centered? Because I do. And I really do feel that it's time that he is cut off from the taxpayer's purse. If the Duchy of Cornwall, Prince Charles wants to keep on supporting his son, by all means. But I really do feel that the British taxpayer should no longer support these two. They do not represent the United Kingdom. They are not ambassadors for the United Kingdom. Meghan has hardly spoken to any of her charities in the United Kingdom that she is patron of. I think it's time for the two of them to literally be cut off. Please, guys, tell me what you think. Like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, bye.